Time now for everybody's favorite guessing game, What's My Line? Brought to you by New Stopette, America's leading spray deodorant. Now with its anti-immunity factor. Poof, there goes perspiration. Now let's all play What's My Line?
And now let's meet our award-winning What's My Line panel. First, the popular Broadway columnist, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
And on my left, a great wit and a charming gentleman, author of the bestseller Treadmill to Oblivion, Mr. Fred Allen.
Thank you. Thank you, Dorothy. And on my left, ladies and gentlemen, a young lady who told me tonight that now that General Electric is able to make diamonds, she can't wait to get a 40-watt ring, Miss Arlene Francis.
Thank you, Fred. I am waiting. And on my left, a gloriously dignified comedian who will be seen Wednesday night on this network in the best of Broadway, which he certainly is. And to top it all off, we have to wish him tonight a happy birthday, Reginald Gardner.
And on my left, the greatest moderator in TV and radio, Mr. John Daly.
Birthday, I'd sing you the wishes, but after Ezio Pinza, I've got too much sense to justify that. Actually, there's another birthday coming up, which I think you and on the panel, and certainly the rest of us here in the theater, would like to take some notice of. This is our first broadcast to be seen on station WXIX, Channel 19. It's a new station serving the Milwaukee area. We wish them good luck on Channel 19. It's nice to be with them on Sunday evenings. Welcome, everybody, to What's My Line? And we're up to the usual tricks tonight. We have what we trust will be trickier occupations than usual, and I think we ought to get to it. We'll have a guest challenger a bit later on, but right now let's let the experts meet the first challenger tonight. Will you sign in, please, ma'am?
Dorothy. Dorothy Scheck, right?
Is it Miss or Mrs.? Miss Dorothy Scheck, where are you from?
I'm from Columbia, Missouri.
Columbia, Missouri. Well, that's real nice. They say when they're from Missouri, you get up early in the morning. And that panel over there usually, or appears to get up very early in the morning, so why don't you go over and let them get a look at what time you get up in the morning, maybe.
Hello, Miss Scheck.
Chivalry is not dead. I will stand up, Miss Scheck.
What do you think I was doing?
You were trying to get up, Reggie. At your age, you should have skipped it.
That's right. It's my birthday today, 39.
Oh, that's right. You're a day older, a year older.
It's his birthday, Fred.
I should have thought of that.
Yes, you certainly
I'm
should.
sorry, Reggie.
That's all right, Fred.
That's all right. And now, Miss Scheck, as perhaps you may know, we let the panel have one free guess as to what your line may be. We'll begin those free guesses with Miss Kilgallen.
I think she's a hat check girl.
A hat check girl, Mr. Allen.
I think Bennett sent that joke in from the road.
John didn't get it.
I think Miss Scheck, coming from Missouri, is on the road demonstrating Southern hospitality.
Miss Fred.
I think Miss Scheck is a child psychologist.
Mr. Gardner.
I think Miss Scheck is a nurse.
A nurse?
Yes.
No, I'm afraid everybody's wrong. We'll let our viewers have a further look at Miss Dorothy Scheck. At the same time, we'll tell them what her line is. All right. Now, Miss Scheck, you know how we score this operation? Every time you can give the panel a no answer, I flip a card. And when I flip 10 cards, you have won the game, and you get the stage and the sets and the curtains and everything. And you are then in pretty good shape. You all set?
I'm ready.
You're all ready?
Yes,
That's
sir.
fine. I'm ready, too. So Miss Scheck is salaried, and we'll begin the general questioning with Arlene Francis.
Well, Miss Scheck, for all she looks very prosperous, I have a feeling works for a non-profit-making organization. Do you, Miss Scheck?
That's right.
I was right? Well, that's unique to begin with. Do you work for some branch of the government?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it city government?
No.
1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Gardner.
Non-profit organization, oh dear, not government.
No, it is government,
Not
but
city
not
government.
city
Not
government.
city government, oh. Is this something to do with the federal government?
No.
That's 2 down and 8 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
State, then.
That's right.
Do you do your work in some other type of garb than what you're wearing now?
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Allen.
Do you, is there any paperwork involved in what you do?
Yes, sir.
Do you have an office in a municipal building? Skip it.
Yeah,
people-
I think so. Now, actually,
If
Fred,
I had the
would
wind,
say
I
that,
would skip it.
You know, it could be in a municipal building. At the same time, if there was a shortage of space in municipal quarters, it might be rented quarters in a commercial building, so that you may take it as you will.
John, you give me an answer, and you have enough conversation left over to start another argument. You know what I mean? I still don't know what. Well, I will say this to you. Do people come to you for your services?
No.
They don't come to you. You sit there alone in your office just hoping for the best.
You said it was no. We said it was non-profit.
Yeah. Wait just a minute. Let us have a conference, because I
Well,
think
you
we've got to
could,
work something out.
I mean, would they be sentenced to come to you?
That's right.
Sitting in a jail or something? Oh, it can't be that long, John.
Actually, Fred, I think that Ms. Scheck would be willing to agree that this is so this is so confused an area that it's very hard to say that anybody comes to her or she goes to somebody else, so that you can just accept it that the service is performed not necessarily in such marked, shall we say, movement.
She's practically out of work, in other words. And people don't come to her, and she doesn't go to them.
Well, it isn't important. I mean, actually, it's so fine a line of discussion as to make it just a question we might
Well,
say
do
we've had.
animals come to her?
Animals come to her? Animals come to you?
No.
That
don't
makes
go
it
to
4
animals.
down and 6 to go, Miss Francis.
Is it possible that you work for somebody very important in the state?
Well, I think so.
Would your work be in any
That
part...
is a subjective decision, Miss Harley.
a subjective decision, so I have to be objective about it.
Yeah.
What does that mean, Fred?
It's important. You may not.
I'm afraid to ask John. That goes on for another hour.
Do you have to have formal education for your job?
Yes.
Do you have to know something about the law in your job?
No.
No, not specifically an issue of law. 5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Gardner.
Do the people that you don't go to and who do not come to you derive any pleasure of any sort in their association with you? I mean, by that, naturally they do, Miss Scheck, but I mean, by that
Well,
I
it's
mean...
your birthday. You get yourself out of this all by yourself.
No, I mean by the thing that you do, does it afford pleasure to people whom you meet?
Yes, I think so.
It can, yes, in a general way.
Yeah,
Well,
quite general.
it is nothing in any form whatever of providing any form of entertainment or pleasure towards anybody.
No.
No, yes, it is not any...
Yes, it is
Yeah.
not. No. Dorothy.
So you're still on the...
Oh, I'm
riddle.
still on.
Yes, it was a
Oh,
yes, it is
yes,
not.
it is not.
Yes.
That's right. We did establish that no uniform was necessary. Do you travel any distance during the day's work?
No.
That makes it 6 down and 4 to go. I'm going to give you another 30 seconds because I don't think you're close.
Well, are you closely associated with any famous man from your state?
No.
7 down and 3 to go, Mr. Allen.
Are you associated with any infamous man?
I refuse to answer that.
She's standing on the Fifth Amendment.
You said that paperwork is involved in what you do. Are you a secretary of any sort?
No.
No, and I'm going to ring down the curtain
Medicine?
because this was a tough one, pal. I don't think you'd ever could get it. We spent all night on it because Miss Scheck designs bridges for the Missouri State Highway Commission. Congratulations.
Getting Missouri out of the mud.
You're getting Missouri out of the mud?
Isn't that the old...
Mississippi mud, little one.
Oh, excuse me.
That's all right.
She coined a river down there, did she?
She coined a river down
Coined
there,
something
and
unusual.
she's also coined a wish. Miss Scheck has asked that her prize, which is the full prize, go to cerebral palsy. We'll see that it's taken care of.
In care of Mrs. Doris A. Baxter?
In care of Mrs. Doris A. Baxter, if you want it that
Thank
way.
you.
Thanks. You've been a fine guest. Thanks for stuffing the panel.
But let's see, perhaps the second one will go easier with you. Will you sign in, please, sir?
Norman Ebbinger, right, sir? Where are you from, sir?
Dingman's Ferry, Pennsylvania. Dingman's Ferry, Pennsylvania.
Dingman's Ferry, Pennsylvania. Fine. Well, will you ferry yourself over there and let the fellows get another look at you, please?
Hello, Mr. Evinger.
If the ferry ever breaks down and you need a bridge, we have the lady here tonight.
All right, Mr. Ebbinger, come over here and sit down next to me. The panel now gets one free guess as to what your line may be. We begin the free guesses with Dorothy Kilgallen.
I think he's a legal safecracker.
A legal safecracker, Mr. Allen.
I think he's a navigator on the Dingman's Ferry.
Miss Franson.
I think he's a night watchman.
Mr. Gardner.
I think he's a physical trainer.
No, I'm afraid nobody has it. We'll let our viewers have a further look at Mr. Norman Ebbinger and at the same time tell them what his line is, but the panel's got to work. All right. Mr. Ebbinger, you know how we score this operation?
Yes, I do.
You do? Fine. Mr. Ebbinger is salaried. With that, let's begin the general questioning with Fred Allen.
Mr. Eppinger, do you deal in services, do you?
I do.
Do the people who avail themselves of your services come to the place where you work?
Yes, I do.
They do. Do these people who require your services have anything in common?
Yes, they do.
Is your job instructive or advisory in any way?
It is.
Don't tell me I'm going up the garden path again tonight, John.
Up the garden path.
From Boston. But do these people, when they come to you to avail themselves of your services, do you teach them to do things better?
Yes. Yes, in the process of performing his service, he can improve a talent that is already in existence.
He does not have a nasty profession by any chance, does he?
No, sir.
If people come to you regularly, would they be could they expect to reduce their weight? I mean, you don't have...
No, I don't think so, Fred. 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Franson.
Well, is that that they all have in common? Are they perhaps all married people?
Yes.
Do you counsel them in some way?
Yes.
Would
Yes,
you be
in a general way, actually, a part of the service would be could be considered as counseling.
Oh, so that but you are not a marriage counselor. That is
No.
No.
Yes, Mr. Ebbinger is not a marriage counselor, no.
Have they? Do they come for any advice regarding children?
No. No, I don't think so. 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Gardner.
When these people come to you, Mr. Ebbinger, do they come in couples or separately or mostly in groups? I will qualify the question. Do they come, many of them, together at one time?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, has this profession of yours anything to do with a medical side of anything?
No.
No medicine.
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
You improve the talents of...
It is possible that a talent which is already in existence may be improved by contact with Mr. Ebinger, yes.
But they're all married people.
Yeah.
What do married people need?
Improvement, mostly. I would say.
Do you advise or instruct them about something that has to do with their home rather than something that goes on outside the home?
No. No. 4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Ellen.
You deal exclusively with people. You don't, again, I want to get animals in. This is sort of animal week for my conversation. You deal exclusively with people.
With people, that's right.
And groups of people.
Right.
You appear before them by appointment. I mean, can a group break in suddenly during the night and you'll be happy to see this? Is it possible?
Well, in a manner of speaking, it could be by appointment. On the other hand, it could happen casually once the original contact has been made.
Well, is it established that he functions indoors? These services are performed indoors?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
You're not in the religious field by any chance, are you?
5 down and 5 to go, and I'm going to give you 1 more minute.
He didn't look like a holy man.
Do you have to have formal education in your particular job, Mr. Ebinger?
No, it's not an absolute requirement, not a college degree. 6 down and 4 to go, Mr. Gardner.
Has this anything to do with dancing or the mambo or anything like that?
Single people are doing it all the time.
Not in my case, they're not.
Not on Dingman's Ferry, then. Oh, they might be at that.
Would you give us a little bit more specific question?
Is what you do, is dancing in any shape or form involved with what you do?
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a ballet master?
No, I'm going to flip the lid on you again. Mr. Ebinger is a social director in a resort for honeymooners.
Oh.
It is known as... Actually, I think the name of it is Honeymoon Haven, isn't it?
Right.
Only honeymooners, and he is the social director, so there's dancing mixed up in it, and if they come to him and they play fair tennis, he might improve their tennis, which is why I made the point of a talent existing that could be improved. You did very well, and thanks very much, sir. It's nice to have had you on What's My Line. In just a moment, we'll meet tonight's mystery guest, but first, here is a dance pantomime by Dorothy Jonak for Stop It.
When it comes to a deodorant, some people are still in the dark. Maybe it's time we threw a little light on the subject. You want a deodorant to make you mighty like a rose. But if you think that's enough, you're very, very mistaken. So, why don't you get next to Stop It? Stop It protects those pretties next to you. That devastating dress. That altogether bewitching lingerie. You see, Stop It is an antiperspirant, too, and here's how it works. It closes down your pores like so many tiny, tiny little windows. But Stop It doesn't stop there. Stop It is gentle as a spring day. When you pick Stop It, you're picking a lotion spray with soothing, soothing ingredients. It's wonderful. Poof! There goes perspiration. Shouldn't you get Stop It?
This is the special value package of Stop It spray deodorant you'll find right now on your drug and cosmetics counters everywhere. It means that when you buy a regular-sized bottle of Stop It at the regular price, you get this generous 47-day trial bottle with it, absolutely free. It's our way of making still more friends for Stop It, and it's a wonderful, wonderful bonus for regular users. Look for this special package that gives you the generous 47-day trial bottle free. But don't delay. This offer is really limited.
Now we come to the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery celebrity, for which my friends on the panel are all blindfolded. And blindfolded they are with Dorothy in light blue and red design, and, Arlene's light blue and blue design, and look at the men, just plain black shields. But are you all ready, panel?
Mm-hmm.
Are those blindfolds all in place?
Yes, sir.
Good. Will you come in then, mystery challenger, and sign in, please? Panel, as you know, in the case of our mystery challenger, we get right down to the general questioning, which we will begin with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Are you in the entertainment or amusement field?
That means yes.
Well, it's too late for Santa Claus.
Now, that comes right out of Cyrano. Voice like a bell.
Well, having deduced nothing from that except, is your voice extremely recognizable? Is that why you're using the bell?
That's yes, too.
Do you appear in public? Do you do anything? Do you do anything besides act, or in addition to acting, or instead of acting? What's that?
Nod at me. That's no. That's 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Allen.
It isn't the president of the Good Humor Company by any chance. Is it, we haven't established whether it's a man. Is it a lady? I don't know. I'm not up.
That's yes, Fred.
Huh?
That's yes.
That's yes. It is a lady. Do you do most of your work in motion pictures?
That's no. 2 down, 8 to go, Miss Francis.
Have you appeared on television? Not very much. That would mean. Well, if your voice is so well known, is it so well known in radio? Have you been on a radio program regularly? Has it been on the air for a long time? And you're a lady. Is your voice terribly well known to some member of this panel? Sometimes yes and sometimes no?
I think yes would be right for that.
Yes is the answer?
Mm-hmm.
Is there one person on this panel that you would have said hello to more than any other? Is your first name from Maine and your last name from this panel?
Yes, it is.
Is it Portland Hoffa?
I didn't realize she was a ringer there.
The ringer. Mrs. Fred Allen, meet Mr. Fred Allen.
Nice to meet you, dear.
This
has been the longest evening.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't realize that you weren't a recognized act until I came out tonight.
Portland, just before we came on the air tonight, I said to Fred, why doesn't Portland ever come over to say hello? I can't believe it.
Well, I do later sometimes, Arlene.
Oh, well, we haven't seen
We
you.
walk home as a rule, so I'll still walk home with Fred tonight.
Oh, not tonight. You're performing. We go home in a cab tonight.
Say hello to the panel. Thanks very much for being our
Good
guest.
night, John.
Nice
Thank
to see
you.
you, hon. Bye-bye.
So nice to see you.
Fine thing.
Okay, darling. Hi,
All right, let's see what the panel can do very quickly with another panelist. Will you come in and sign in, please?
Can't trust anybody anymore. I'm going to call up the Goodwill Court as soon as I leave here.
Mabel
John Anthony.
Dorfer, is that right? Mill County, Illinois. Will you look at the panel, and panel, you look at Miss Dorfer, and we're not going to have any wild guesses because we've got so little time, and you come with me, please. But we will do one thing. We will tell our folks at home what Mrs. Dorfer's line is, but the panel's going to have to dig. So let's let the folks at home know what Mrs. Dorfer does, and panel... You know how we score this here operation? Panel, you've got about 2 minutes to see what you can do with this one. Mrs. Dorfer is salaried. Let's begin the general questioning with Mr. Gardner.
I think that Mrs. Dorfer is connected with the memorial in Springfield, Illinois, connected with President Lincoln.
Well, you get a fat no to that, and we'll go right on to Miss Kilgallen.
Do you deal in services, Mrs. Dorfler? Is there a product involved in what you do?
Pardon?
Is there a product?
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Allen.
Do people come to you for these services?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, they do.
They do. Do you have regular office hours?
No.
You don't.
Well, you have regular work hours, don't you?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Fine. 3 down and 7 to go, Miss Francis.
Mrs. Dorfer, I'm terribly sorry, but were you salaried as opposed to self-employed? You have irregular office hours, and do you deal with people?
Yes.
Is there something you instruct them in?
No, I wouldn't call it instruction. 4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Gardner.
Do you visit, or do groups of people come to you, or do they come to you individually?
That can't be answered yes or no.
Oh, well, do they come to you individually when you meet the people that you meet?
Sometimes. I'm afraid we've run out of time, and it's too bad, because this looks like it would have been a lot of fun. Mrs. Dorfer is somebody you'd all very much like to know. She's a jail matron out in Joliet, Illinois.
Oh,
Mrs. Dorfer, you get the full prize since we ran out of time, and our thanks for being with us.
We never asked profit rating organization on her.
Good night. And we'll be back in just a moment, but first of all, here is a word from Arlene Gray.
This is the new Stop-It cream deodorant and antiperspirant. And it comes in a new swivel case that works just like a lipstick. This is a new twist in deodorants, and it means no stubborn jars, no gooey fingers, no waste, nothing to wash off. Yes, Stop-It cream deodorant is wonderfully convenient. It's wonderfully effective, too, because unlike many other cream sticks, it's both a deodorant and an antiperspirant. And unlike any other cream stick, it's Stop-It, the famous formula you know you can trust. Stop-It cream deodorant. Won't you try it?
Before our panel says good night, may I remind you to tune in again next Sunday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when once again we invite you to play What's My Line. For other localities, check your local listings for the date and time of our weekly series.
And now a message from our alternate week sponsor, Remington Rand, makers of the Remington 60 Deluxe electric shaver. The shaver that's so gentle it can shave a peach, so rugged it can shave a brush, proving that no matter how tender your skin or tough your beard, the Remington's bound to give you a close, comfortable shave. Tomorrow, why don't you reach for the Remington? Get a Remington 60 Deluxe.
Reginald, may I say again happy birthday, and also note that I think it was kind of a birthday present for us, your being here. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Till next week, this is John Daly saying good night, Miss Darcy.
Good night, Fred.
Good night, Arlene.
good night, Bennett, wherever you are, and good night. It was nice to have you with us, Reginald.
Thank you. Good night, John.
And good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being with us on What's My Line?
Transportation for Miss Scheck was arranged through American Airlines. American Airlines, the country's leading airline, now serving the United States, Mexico, and Canada. This has been a Mark Goodson, Bill Codman production, in association with the CBS Television Network.
Are you watching, you little rascals?
Oh, it's fun, isn't it?
And who subscribes to it?
Go on, push the button.
Think of the fun you could have on the tube.
The tube?
You. Tube.
TV tubes.
That's a lot of fun, isn't it?
It's going to be a lot more fun
If you keep going the way you're going.
Go on, push the button.
Please subscribe.
I hope they're watching.